Even the strongest break. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey Real family, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you landed on this video. My name is Nthabi and I hope that you're going to enjoy your time here. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you feel like you are reaching that breaking point, but you're pushing as hard as you can because you think that you have that, push or that stamina that can keep you going or just get you to the next point? Have you ever felt that? Well, if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then you're gonna find out exactly what I went through, right? So let me share a bit of my story. So let me firstly explain why I'm saying that the strongest break as well. Now, I'm that person, or I've been that one person that has always been the strength of the family. Meaning I've always been the big sister, helping out, doing whatever, always making sure that I sort out whatever that is happening or just help out where I can, right? But when it gets to a point where I was now breaking and needed someone to hold my hand, someone to talk to me, someone to just tell me that it's okay, you'll be okay, hang in there. It was quite hard. That's where now I got to a point where I broke to a point where I just couldn't do it anymore. And this was not me just having a conversation with myself or just accepting that, you know what, this is a breaking point, I need to deal with it. It just happened. I just found myself breaking down and everything just fell apart. And falling apart, I don't mean that everything went out of control. I mean that my spirit, my energy, everything that I was feeling, that hunger to just keep going and everything, it just went dead for that period of time. And that's when I realized that actually I'm going through the most. I'm going through the most. And when you're at the strongest, especially in the family, I'll refer this mainly on family, right? Because that's how I experienced it. I'm used to being there for others, but when it has to be the other way around, it's a little bit difficult. And it's not difficult mainly because I don't want it to happen, but it's because there's this habit that one is already used to, and that's how things have been, and it's a norm. So for me, it's like, it's okay, listen, that's how it is, and that's how we're gonna roll, okay? That's how it is. So that's what kind of affected me the most. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that, to say that you might be the strongest, or you might be the one that has things under control at the moment, but you need to understand that you're gonna break, and if you break, understand that it's okay. You get it? You're gonna break, but understand that it's okay. And of course, you're gonna need to unlearn certain things, like I did. What did I unlearn? I had to unlearn the fact that I'm actually not in control, but God is in control, right? I had to teach myself that hey Nthabi, listen, you might be doing all of these things, but you're not in control. So I had to do something about it. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, of course, I am RealTalkWithNthabi on Instagram. Please give me a follow. I'll appreciate it so much. Now, I posted on my stories that I was suffering from anxiety. Whew. Now, I had to take a sip there because words are powerful. Words are powerful, and the more you say something, the more you believe it. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. Words are powerful, and in actual fact, I was not suffering from anxiety, but I was feeling anxious. I'm not suffering, but I'm feeling anxious, meaning I've got signs or symptoms of anxiety, not necessarily that I'm suffering from it. So meaning, who am I to diagnose myself? When God is in charge, when God is in control, what on earth am I trying to say to myself? Am I saying that God gave me anxiety, made me suffer from anxiety? Well, I'm not going to be ignorant. There are people that are suffering from anxiety, but I want you to listen to this from my point of view. I've never suffered from anxiety. I have my lows, I have my moments where I just don't feel myself, where I just feel like things are just not going great, where I feel like I just need a break, I just need to, take a break from everything, right? But that does not mean I'm suffering from anxiety. So I could be going through something, and I would obviously not entertain it for a while and find a solution to deal with it and get over it. You get my point? That's how I've been doing things. And thus far it has worked. And I've had only two incidences actually where I felt this way. And I'm not saying that I'm ignoring the signs, but what I'm saying is that I am not going to be a victim of a situation. I'm not going to allow myself to be dragged down by anxiety and all of that, which will now lead me to depression and all of that. I'm not going to do that. I'm God's child and He is in control. So what I'm going to do is to take whatever that I have on my shoulders and say, God, take it all. Take it all, because I just cannot deal. This is just not for me, all right? That's not me. So real fam, since I was feeling a bit anxious, I just had to find ways to deal with this, to somehow get over it or work on it, right? Because I believe that whatever happens to us, we need to work on it. We need to acknowledge what is happening in our lives, what is happening at that moment, in that season, and deal with it. Acknowledge it, accept it, and deal with it. That's how I look at life, right? It hasn't been easy. I won't lie. I've been really feeling terrible, and the feeling of anxiety, of being anxious, it's really horrible. I must say it's horrible. It's not nice. I don't like it at all, because it just makes you get angry at just about anything. It makes you have fear. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you overthink things. It makes you look into things that are just far away from you. It makes you lose focus on who you are or where you are, and that is so painful. I don't wish this on anyone. So obviously, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll notice that I was off YouTube for almost a month. Actually, a month. That's a long time. That's a long time for someone who is self-employed, someone who uses this platform to also drive traffic in terms of what I do as a brand. I must say that was like a long break, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. I needed it. And I accepted that I needed it, right? So I want to give you tips on what you can do when you're feeling anxious, not the fact that you're suffering from anxiety. I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but I just want us to change our mindset, unless of course you've been diagnosed or there have been very severe signs that you actually have anxiety, then we can have a different conversation. But when you're just feeling anxious and you realize that this is just a feeling that I have, it's not something that has been happening or happens regularly, but it's just those feelings when I'm going through certain things and all of that, right? I mean, I just turned 35, and obviously turning 35, every 5 years I review my life. I look at my life, I look at what's happening, where am I, and all of that, right? And I think that also played a huge role, because there are things that you wish to have accomplished at the time that you're in and all of that, and sometimes your mind or your thoughts gets to play with you. That's where the anxious part came in. I started thinking, why am I not there? Why is this not happening this way? But forgetting that I'm not in control. Forgetting that God is in control. You get my point? God is in control. So I had to tap out of that and work on myself and really go back to the master, because I'm busy relying on my own understanding for what, right? Now there are a few tips that I want you to take, or maybe not tips, but what I think will help you because it helped me, right? Number one is taking a break like I did. I took a break and I felt like it worked wonders. It's not gonna be a quick process, but let me tell you, it will do you good. All right, you won't feel like, okay, I took a break, why are things not back to normal? It won't just happen like that. So you have to be realistic and understand that you've been going through something and you are easing to that situation and you are easily dealing with it and trying to, deal with it the best way possible. So don't be hard on yourself. Be more kind to yourself, because if you take a break and then after a month you see things the same way, it means that you're not being kind to yourself and you're not acknowledging the fact that you've been going through something. Now you need to deal with it and of course work on yourself even more. Right? The next one is rest, like sleep. I wasn't sleeping for a while. Like I would sleep around 1 a.m. and even around 1 a.m. I would be tossing and turning and I would maybe fall asleep around 3 a.m. and I have to be up in the morning. The truth is, it doesn't happen like that. I would wake up tired and want to sleep some more, meaning already my morning routine has just changed. Waking up early in the morning to run my day, it's a little bit difficult. I'm either going to wake up tired and be sluggish in terms of running my tasks for the day, or I'm going to wake up way late and I'm going to end up doing fewer tasks compared to having enough time in the day, right? So that's something that one needs to do. Rest, sleep, please sleep. The next one is maintain a positive mindset. I won't say I was not maintaining a positive mindset. If there's something about me that you need to know, I've forever been self-motivated. I've pushed myself. I've always spoken life to myself. Great things about me, yes, not all the time, but I must say I fight that with all that I have, because I believe that it has to start with me. I need to be kind to myself and be good to myself and really work on myself, because before I can expect the world to accept me or to love me or appreciate me. All right, so the fourth one is talk to someone. If there's something about me or someone who is declared as the strongest, meaning you always helping others and everything, it's not easy for you to reach out. So I had to learn that. I had to learn to understand that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to speak to someone. It's okay to just, be vulnerable and just break down. And I had to do that. And yeah, and it helped. It made things a bit easy, because now I'm not just trapped in my own thoughts. I have someone to talk to, even if it's just talking, not necessarily asking someone's feedback, but just talking about it, telling someone how I feel. All right. And then the other one is breathe, guys. Like, there's nothing amazing like taking a moment to breathe. It's powerful. Trust me, it's powerful. If you haven't experienced that, please try it. It's amazing. Breathe. Breathe. When you breathe, everything stops. And then when you breathe in rather, and when you when you slowly breathe out, you can feel your body doing something different. You can feel yourself getting to that calm state of mind, your shoulders relax and everything. So please try that. I did that a lot and I think it helped. Also, do your best. It's important to do your best. You might be going through things, you might be feeling a certain way, but do not lose yourself in the process, right? And when I say do your best, I'm not saying that you won't feel like obviously taking over the world. It's possible that on a day you just feel like, what, I'm probably gonna go through 2 emails or 3 emails and that's it. even if that's the case, make sure that those 3 emails, you give them your best. You do the best that you can, okay? That's what I'm saying. Because I realized that there was a point where I was slagging a little bit in terms of looking at my work. And obviously, coming to think about it, if I drag on that other side, what's going to happen? I'm going to now get mental breakdown or just get depressed or something like that when I'm now out of work, or I don't have business, or I lose clients. So it's important that even when you go through things, when you are at your lowest, understand that you shouldn't, or like everything around you cannot all be affected. You need to somehow find ways to do something better. Even if it means, okay, I'm gonna wake up and read my book, read a chapter a day. Then if you're gonna do that better, you're doing something better, and it counts, okay? And it counts. I mean, guys, there's just so many things that I feel like I missed out on. I missed out on taking care of my body the way I want. I missed out on working out the best way possible. I missed out on eating right, because I've always, okay, fine, our grocery list is mainly foods that are nutritious and all of that, but once in a while you've got biscuits, you've got I overdo it in terms of coffee. You get my point. Like, I would have fizzy drinks and all of that. That somehow affects me, like, in the biggest way, right? So there are many things that you can do when you feel anxious and all that. I mean, even the food that we eat, like, for example, if I indulge so much in takeaways, indulge so much in, sweets. I mean, I know I've had so much ice cream lately. I've had so much ice cream. Listen, there's nothing wrong with ice cream, but child. And of course, I'm not 110% happy with where my body is, but I'm not gonna be hard on myself because I didn't put in the work. I did what I did, but I didn't do enough so that I can be where I want to be. So it means that I have to do some work, right? So this is a challenge from me to you. I'm challenging myself and I'm challenging you to do the work, to work on yourself, to try by all means to do something better, to understand that it's okay not to be okay. So RealFam, I hope that you got something out of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Consider obviously clicking on the like button as well so that this video can be reached by other people. Love you so much, and don't forget to make today count. Cheers for now.